Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Eva. In today's video, I wanted to take you guys on a very quick tour of my hydroponic station. So this is it. This year, I'm going collard greens in here. Although these are all from the same seed packet, there are definitely some that are not collard greens. Like this definitely looks more like kale to me than a collard green. But they are all from the same seed packet. I decided to grow them in hydroponics because, as you can see here, I don't have any kind of bug issues going on. I don't see any caterpillars. I haven't seen any. I have seen one caterpillar on this plant here. This one was damaged by some caterpillars, but other than that, the rest of them look pretty healthy. In my raised garden beds out there, it is a whole different story. I have plants that are pretty much down to just like the skeletons. The leaves have completely been decimated, and that seems to be a problem when I grow them out there. The same thing happened last year where I tried growing greens out there and they got completely decimated by the caterpillars and the worms, but here in the hydroponic station, I don't seem to have the same problem. These have been growing in here for about the past 3 to 4, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, and they did start off in regular soil, and then I transferred them to the hydroponic station because I wasn't sure where I initially wanted to grow these. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to grow them in the hydroponic station or if I wanted to grow them at the community garden, or if I was going to take a chance and grow them out in my raised garden beds, but ultimately I did decide to grow them in hydroponics. This is the solution that I'm using for my hydroponic water. This I bought off of Amazon. I've used this system before with my other hydroponics and they have done really well. So I'm doing the same thing this year. This is calcium. This is CalMag, calcium and magnesium. This is the Flora Grow, Flora Micro, and Flora Bloom. So I figured I would show you guys the actual root system. And this is what it's looking like. I'm gonna move this way so you guys can see more clearly because of the sun. I don't have any rock wool in here. I only have clay pebbles because when I transferred the plants in here, they were already big enough to support themselves, so they didn't need the rock wool, and they had already been growing, so they didn't need a growing medium. So yeah, this is the plant, and these are the roots. I do have this in this netting cup. I have 3 plants, but in the rest of them, I only have 2. And I don't know if this is going to cause crowding or not, but we'll see. It is my first time growing greens like kale in here before. The last time I only grew, or in the past, I've only grown cilantro and spinach and lettuce, but nothing ever as big as collard greens, because obviously collard greens have the potential to get really big. So I've never tried growing anything as big as that in there. Overall, I would definitely recommend using hydroponics to grow your collard greens or your kale or really any other leafy greens. I think for my particular situation, it works better only because they have a chance of surviving. If they're in the garden beds, they have no chance whatsoever because they will get eaten by bugs, caterpillars, things like that. But in here, I don't have that issue. One issue that I do have with these is the wilting. As you can see, especially with the kale, not so much with the collard greens, but with the kale, you can definitely see the wilting. This leaf over here, this one has definitely wilted a lot more. And that is because out here on my deck, it gets really, really hot. This is a north-facing deck, I guess, or it faces north, so the sun hits us really, really hard, especially like around midday. And what I do to combat that issue is I will, especially when it starts to get really, really warm, or if I notice that they started to wilt, I'll take them and I'll put them under the table. Usually right around like 11 o'clock during the day is when it starts to get really hot, and then I'll move them underneath the table. And then in the evening when the sun is not so hot, probably around like 4 or 5 o'clock, I will take them and I'll put them back on the table. And that usually prevents them from wilting, and it hasn't really been problematic. And since I am home because of COVID and I don't really go anywhere anymore, that's not an issue for me. But I could see that becoming a problem in the future, but I don't have to deal with it now, so I don't have to worry about that right now. But I'm sure if it was during another time, I would have to figure something else out. So that is the end of today's video. If you guys liked it, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do, because I post on a very regular basis on Instagram, and I'm actually doing a giveaway right now on my Instagram, so go and check that out. My Instagram handle is at Eva's Backyard Garden, just like it is here on YouTube. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.